beer o'clock on Real Ale Craft Beer. Today we've got a beer from Metalman Brewing Company, and it's a can of the Ironmonger IPA coming in at 6.5% ABV. There's a look at the can. Love the design of the can. It's got a little bit of Bioshock about it. That computer game Bioshock, I think it's set in the 1930s. Really good game. I think it's got a little bit of 1930s about that can. I really like it. Let's get the beer out into a glass and see what we get. The beer was kindly sent to us by beersofeurope.co.uk. Check the link out in the description box if you want to head over to their website after this review. So, beer in the glass then. Wow, looks great. It's a 2 to 3 finger, slightly off-white head. It's got a lovely, nice kind of hazy red, ruby red colour to it. Nice level of carbonation. Unfiltered beer. Should we get the aroma? Spicy, tart, biscuit malt, it's bready. And it smells a little bit devilish, like the hops are kind of just lurking beneath that head and they're going to pounce as soon as I drink the beer. Should we dive in? Cheers. Oh, wow. Wow. That's lovely. Lovely. Rich caramel. Sweet, rich caramel to begin with. Quite dry on the back end. Nice and hoppy on the back end. We'll get to that in a moment. But it's sweet and biscuity to begin with. And then it's kind of tart. There's a lot of tart fruits in there. Like a pot of warm jam on the stove. It's very kind of raspberry or strawberry jammy. Very tart. It's quite thick as well in terms of the mouthfeel. It's a really big, bold, hugely, I call these beers malt bombs. It's quite a big, sticky, malty beer. Added with that, the hops in the beer, the American hops, it leaves a little bit of kind of stickiness on the lips and a little bit of stickiness in the mouth. It's a really, really lovely drink, combined with that carbonation that just kind of fizzes and hisses on the tongue and the palate. Combined with that medium mouthfeel and that stickiness, is quite a uplifting experience in terms of if you've had a hard day in work, if you're a little bit kind of, your shoulders are sagging a little bit, you're a little bit tired, you need something to kind of just spruce you up. This is the type of beer that would do that. We've talked about the malt, we talked about the mouthfeel. Let's talk about the hops on the back end. There is a lot of hops in this beer. I love canned craft beer. There's no light going to get in the can. There's no air going to get in the can. And it just keeps the beer fresher for longer. And for me, the hops on the back end, it's bitter. It's grapefruity. It's piney. It's more of a traditional bitter flavour for me. Although I was talking about tartness earlier on, this is more lemon peel, bitter lemon peel, piney notes coming through, orange peel, and grapefruit. It's a fantastic. Well, look at the suspension there in the glass. It's a lovely beer. Good lacing. I can wash the beer around in the glass now quite rigorously to get the aroma. Oh yeah, in the aroma then I'm picking up some licorice. Sweet caramel and licorice. It smells lovely. Let's see what the brewer has to say. Please keep me in the fridge if possible. Okay, that's a little bit of how to keep the beer. Time for some hoppy goodness. Who doesn't crave a luscious malty body and a fruity citrusy finish? Get stuck into this IPA and let the good times roll. 6.5% ABV. Brewed and canned by Metalman Brewing Company. It's Waterford in Ireland. I think that's cracking. They've got everything right. I drank their lager yesterday. It's like a wheat lager. That was lovely and refreshing. I would combine the wheat lager and this. I'd buy 2 cans of the wheat lager, 2 cans of the IPA. I'd start with the wheat lagers and then I'd move on to these IPAs. I'd have a jolly good time with these. I think they've got the presentation absolutely spot on with this beer. They've got the beer in the glass looking good and smelling good. And of course, tasting good. And sometimes beer is about the feel-good factor as well. Gone are the days where you could just put something together half-heartedly and just whack a label on and the label peeling off and you know what I'm coming from. Presentation now is so much better with beer. And it has to be because there's so much more competition. For me, the presentation's fantastic. As I said, smells good, tastes good. I'm going to rate it. I'm going to give it an 8 out of 10. It's an 8 out of 10 from Real Old Craft Beer. Please put your comments in the comments box. Subscribe to our daily beer reviews. Give us a big fat thumbs up. Boom! And cheers.